Welcome all parents to join this introduction of year 2020, the new S.O.P. For year 2020, we still need to fight with the coronavirus with the upgrading version, which is Omicron, right? But anyway, let's tango with these viruses. So today I'm going to introduce to you the S.O.P and Montessori philosophy and some of the rules and regulation of the school in order for us to coordinate for the future years. Our school will officially reopen on the 3rd of January 2022. Some of the new students, please follow the dates that our admin sent to you. Each and every students have their different entering dates. So I would like to share with you the new S.O.P to make sure the safeguards for the Early Childhood Center in order to ensure the COVID-19 free environment for us to make sure the students in a safe environment. So what do the parents should do before the school reopen? To ensure children is fit to attend the school, talk to the children regarding the safe guidance, because I think through these 2 years, everybody should know all the wearing masks, social distancing, and washing hands. So providing enough of 3 surgical masks, which seal in a Ziploc bag with name written on the back. We also need to show child's RTK pass on every Sunday before 8 p.m. Our teachers, all the teachers and the staff will also send our test result to you through the group before that on a Sunday night. So this is the new S.O.P that everybody should apply accordingly. Notes to the parents when the child returning home from school. So children should immediately shower after returning home before interacting with other household members. Avoid touching. Right now with the upgrading Omicron, everybody need to take extra notes on this seriously. The clothes that children were wearing in the school must be soaked in soap and water, soak it in the water. So, and also avoid or reduce outdoor or group activities, gathering or party. I know that sometimes cannot be avoided, but try to make sure the safety is required. So here are the text kits that we will share with all parents, and please send your kids to us as well. If the parents can be shown to us, we'll also appreciate it. What do the students should know before attending the school? Well aware of the COVID-19. Right now, everybody aware, but just like children, they need to repeat and again. Receiving lessons either from the school or parents regarding the safety measurement. The importance of self-hygiene. Keep washing hands either both at school and at home. Wearing the surgical masks. And understands the importance of the social distancing. Aware of the new school regulations accordingly. Later, I'm going to share with you. All the health checks and the screening. We will not allow anyone to enter the school, including staff and students that have the following situation. When they are unwell, fever or flu-like symptoms, running nose, coughing, sore throats, shortness of breath, they must go home and rest and only return when they are recovered fully. Also have to obtain the recovery letter from doctor to share to us. Have been in close contact with COVID-19 positive person, need to be stay at home quarantine for 14 days, and all the staff, parents, and caregiver also need to inform the school immediately if they or their child has been have the close contact with the COVID-19 positive person. Returning from the overseas, all staff and students who just returning from the overseas also need to be quarantined 14 days. So once the school get any information from all of us, 14 days, I check from the S.O.P, from the new S.O.P, from the government as well. So maintain the physical social distancing, no hugging, no handshaking or everything, the close contact, poor things, but anyway, to protect ourselves. So limit unessential visitors in school. So previously we do help welcome our parents to stay, or the new parents to stay with the new students. But at the moment, for 2.5 hours, we avoid all these parents' observation. All parents only allowed to wait at the school gate or the design area. Do and don'ts during recess. We are not allowed to have the food sharing. Please bring your own cutlery. And from this year, from 2022 onwards, snacks will be provided, but you also can bring your own snacks, okay? Remember to bring the food container. We will open for discussion for the S.O.P. Now, I would like to share with you some philosophy more for Maria Montessori. You sign up for the Montessori school, and then we should know this lady is Maria Montessori. She was the Italian doctor, educator, and innovator. She opened the first Montessori school, Casa di Bambini, in Italy. We call it House of Children in 1907, which is already have 115 years of history. There are now many schools in countries worldwide. And then we also apply the Montessori method. Why keep me to use the Montessori is because of his beautiful philosophy. Let's explore. What is Montessori method? Parents actually is the first teachers for your children. So we together, hand in hand, we need to recognize the needs and the characteristic of each age, understand the sensitive periods of different siblings' characteristics, and building a favorite environment, both physical and spiritual, to respond to their needs. Children development emerge as a needs to adapt to their environment. The child needs to give a meaning to the world that's surrounding them, and they are able to construct, to relate to the world. We bring the whole world to them and then let them explore and absorb accordingly. So the prepared environment, both from school and home, need to be tidy, pleasing in appearance, simple, and real. They are learning, our young learners are learning order, sequencing, early maths, music, and letter shapes and sounds of the phonics, all of which eventually lead them to count, to read, and to write in the mixed ages classroom, both at school and home. At home also a different ages, right? So this promotes the socializations, respect among them naturally. Montessori method is clear, but just like how are we going to apply it accordingly? For one of the 4 planes of development is one of the crucial philosophy of Maria Montessori. She divided the developmental stage from 0 to 24 to 4 stages. So for the kindergarten, we emphasize on 0 to 6, 3 to 6. So physical and psychological independence is this stage requirement and the objective. So all these common activities will be like movement, or the languages, order, senses, small objects, and how to create the concrete experiences. The order actually is very important. So put back things to the original place in a prepared environment is also a crucial habits for them to build up. So at this moment, they focus on self, and then all this physical independency have to be developed at this planes. So for the 6 to 12 years old, for the we call it elementary levels, the common sensitivities will be abstractions. They were full of imagination, moralities, and justice. They will always ask for the justice, culture, and peer interactions. So focus on the local community to expand from the self to the family and friends. So we will focus on the intellectual independency, then followed by the and 21 years old to the university life from 0 to 24. And then what is absorber mind? Like a sponge. The absorber mind is a sponge-like capacity to absorb everything from the environment. What is necessary to create an individual forms he or she specific culture. So different family have different culture. So it is the quality of the child's mind up to age of 6. They have the strong absorber mind. A research show develop almost 90% of adult brain at this stage. Can you imagine how big capacity they need to achieve during the absorber mind from 0 to 6? So please bear in mind and then work together with us. The conscious mind. From 3 to 6 years old, where children will pass from the unconscious mind into the conscious stage of the development. They consciously seek all the experiences from the environment. They want to know what are they doing from all the activities set in the environment. Children in this phase are expanding their newly developed abilities. They know, they want to question. From them to the other peers and the social interaction. The sensitive periods is very, very crucial because they learn order, all the sequencing, all the maths, languages, musics, and at this period. And I would like to let you know, share with you that this is the sensitive periods from birth to age of 6. 0 years old to 6 years old, all the sensitive periods for the movement carry from the birth to 6 years old. So they actually need a lot of movement, going to the playground, work at home, and then all the movement required. All the senses, hearing, touching, smelling, all these 5 senses will be the sensitive periods from birth to age of 6. Languages, they listen, they respond, they absorb everything, all the languages that you are introducing at home. And then at school, we introduce 3 languages when they enter the school. And for the written one, only introduce when they are age of 4 for the Mandarin and Bahasa writing. For the 2.5 to 3 years old, only focus on the phonics. So early mathematics will be the singing, counting here and there. For the but from 3.5 onwards, then we will introduce our number rods, our sandpaper numbers, the cuts and counter, or the concrete apparatus from 3.5 onwards. The order is very crucial since 6 months. So put back things to the original place is crucial. Can you imagine the children, they stay at home, we only accept like 3.5 and above. So the order sense will be built before, and then they will extend to 4 years old, then they consolidate. Children will show a lot of interest in a small object. They'll find their little beads and some of the like ants. I remember because of the color code, they use the color box 1 to introduce the 3 primary colors. And then we have color box 2 to introduce 11 colors to extend to the rainbow colors and black and white, gray, and etc. And then once they use the color box tree, they will be have the color box tree will be different color coding, different color tone of it. So they really can observe accordingly. They define the red beans from the darkest to the lightest of the red. Can you imagine they really use the expand their perseverance skill to discover and then to observe and then to line up all the red beads from the small to big. So it is very interesting to interest in the small objects. And then toiletries learning actually start from 1.5 years old. To all the new parents, for your information, toiletring is very important because this is the symptom for them to learn how to be independent. They know how to control themselves, then they will be able to control everything. So step by step. But 1.5 years old, try to train them accordingly. For 1.5 years, they will learn how to go to the toilet independently. Those are not haven't being toilet trained, please introduce them. And then at home, at school, or your nanny need to work together. Music will start to explore from 2 years old. Of course, beginning, they will listen to the music, but play with the percussion, with the music of movement, the planned activity will start from here onwards. Of course, the social skills. 2 years old is a good time for them to explore, to have the social interaction. We are not really introduced a lot of writing before that, but 3 years old, they will explore to some of the pincer gripping by a lot of the material helping, or the knob cylinder, they hold the knob and then use the pincer gripping to hold the apparatus accordingly, 3 fingers, some of the apparatus in exercise of practical life with the spoon, tweezers, everything. So this will be the writing, prepare them. They have their writing preparation before that. Reading and some of the socializations, special relationship for the socialization. This is the sensitive periods. Okay, Montessori also divided to 5 areas, which is from the exercise of practical life. These are the activities that aim to care of the person, of others, of physical environment where they live. And then the objective will be CDIO, what we always emphasize: concentration, coordination, independence, and order. The tutorial will be focused on children learn through senses more than their intellectual. Daya, can you help me to mute the parents? So the sensorial material are the tools for the children to refine each of their senses, like hearing, touching, smelling, all these things, the 5 senses. And the mathematical materials help the child to learn and understand the mathematical concepts when working with the concrete materials that lead them to the abstract concept, like long rods, number rods, cuts and counter, and the spinner box, bank games, golden beads, stamp games. All these are the concrete materials for them to explore accordingly. The 5th areas will be languages. When you enter our classroom, we have lots of languages apparatus to help them to refine their language and reach a language they have already acquired. But we are using the large movable alphabet, the sandpaper numeral and sandpaper alphabets for them to differentiate the sounds, everything. Then in order to build all the words by the apparatus of pink boxes, blue boxes, and green boxes, then they are able to be then they explore to be able to be fluent readers. And then culture. The early childhood cultural curriculums included geography, zoology, botany, science, history, music, and movement, and including art and craft. So they explore all this under culture. And then we also introduce some theme to let them know more vocabulary in order for them to be the walking encyclopedia in the future. So they really will ask a lot of questions like solar system, how all the science experiments. So these are the summary to support Montessori at home. Bear in mind to know that Maria Montessori discovered all children learn naturally by themselves. Of course, as a parents, we should observe accordingly, but they are actually discover everything by themselves. For the adults, either parents or teachers, we need to observe their personality and follow the child accordingly. We give them a lot of freedom for them to explore, wait for their pace, respect their pace, but everything with the limitation. Both ideas are contrast, right? You need to give them freedom, but you need to limit them. But anyway, this is all based on the rules and regulations that you set up. We set the house rules and regulations consistently, but how to carry out, how to make sure that they understand. Children will feel very safe when you set the boundary clearly to them. They will only feel confused when you sometimes can, sometimes cannot. When mommy is not tired, is full of energy, is refreshed, then can. If mommy is busy or tired, then it's fine. You can watch you can play your games, you can watch TV. But please, consistently carry out all the house rules and regulation and make sure that it's firm, but without fears. We are not threatening them. We are not always like let them have a lot of fears like, oh, if you don't do this, then you will, I won't allow you to do the things accordingly. But for the adult, how we set all the rules and carry on the rules firm but without fears is art. So parents, do share with us. We will, after the Montessori introductions for the first few times, from June onwards, we will introduce parental EQ. So share with us that what are the barriers that you face, challenges and barriers at home. So firm without fears is one of the things that we need to carry. And some of the parents, you are also concerned how we set our rules in the classroom. At the classroom, we'll always have our observation chair in the corner. If the students against the rules, they are not follow the rules, we'll let them sit there and observe how other students practice and socializing in the classroom. The only reason we will put them in the observation chair is because they hurt themselves, they hurt their friends, or they break everything in the they break some things in the classroom. So these are some of the rules and regulations apply in our school environment. So of course we need to prepare a suitable environment for them to explore, because at the age of below 6 years, so they can develop to 90% of adult brain. And an absorber mind, just now we have already repeat, they have the sponge-like mind for them to explore and absorb accordingly. Respect the child, how to respect with the limitation, with the clear boundary. Again, this is an art, but remember, freedom with the limitation. They cannot do everything by their own, as they like, but they have to follow and understand what are the rules and regulation. So Montessori said, our work is not to teach, but to help the absorber mind in its work of development. How marvelous it would be if by our help, if by an intelligence treatments of the child, if by understanding the needs of his physical life and by feeding his intellect, we would prolong the periods of functioning of the absorber mind with the helps of us, the parents and the teachers, by Maria Montessori from the Absorber Mind, the book that she written. Here are some of the school rules and regulations that we would like to remind all parents in order for us to have the better coordination in future. So TSP will have 2 classes and GMM will have 3 classes, 4 classes in total, including the elementary groups. And then the school hours for the new students will observe the orientation for from 8 to 10:30, and then all the senior students will be as normal. Below 4 years old will be staying with us from 8 to 12, and then 5 and 6 years old will stay until 1 for 1 hour extra to coach their academics skills. So daycare students will be stay until 5:30. So here are some information. All this written information will send to you from the School to Me apps. And then sports attire every Monday, the uniform, and then the sports attire from Tuesday to Friday. And please don't wear slippers or sandals to the school. They need to practice to wear the socks and the shoes, okay? And then the school fees, we follow the previous government's school terms break. We officially start from January. We are not going to start from March onwards. So here will be the school breaks accordingly. Okay, the school. And remember, punctuality is crucial. The gate will be locked at 8 a.m. onwards. Hopefully everybody can be on time. And then our drop-off time will be from 7:35 to 8 o'clock. So you can drop earlier in order to prepare them. This is to avoid the student, because to avoid students won't miss out any lessons and our class activity are not being interrupted. So your cooperations to pick up your child as scheduled is very, very much appreciated, and hope that you can understand the teachers have to proceed with their responsibility after that to cleaning up and prepare the lessons for the next day's lesson. So here will be some of the rules and regulations that we already told you. And then this will be the pickup time. To pick up your child after school, parents are required to wait in the vehicle outside of the gate. So teachers will send the child to you. This is to avoid the contagions in the school compound. However, parents, if wish to make some administrative inquiry, please inform the teachers on duty and park your car in an appropriate place, so do not interrupt others' traffic. Also, we also request to switch off your vehicle engine while awaiting during the dismissal time. So for the healthy issue, okay? So when you're dropping off your child in the morning, you are strongly urged to do at the gate. So stop at the gate. Our teachers will bring your child to their respective class. So anything, you just let us know. Of course, for the new parents and the new students will be take some time, but from our observation, you need to let them know in advance. Maybe for the first few days, you need to take some times. But anyway, I'll follow, and then we will see how it goes for this for the new students, how to say goodbye to them. Here, please bring your toothpaste and toothbrush. Sorry. Prepare a toothpaste and toothbrush for your child to be kept in the school in every quarter. Renew it, okay? And encourage to brush their teeth after every meal, and then label all the belongings accordingly. So School to Me apps also need to be downloaded in order for us to have the better communication. Okay, birthday celebrations. We seek your cooperation to understand the birthday celebrations serve the educational purpose at school, because our birthday celebrations actually the birthday boys or girl, they will hold the globe to walk on the ellipse, and then in the middle there is a sun to represent the sun, and then carry the globes to walk around one round, represent 1 year. So this is the educational purpose. So if they are 6 years old, they need to walk for 6 rounds, and then when they pass 1 year, parents will need to show some of the birthday timeline photos to show they're progressing, how they develop, how they grow at this moment. So it's only serve this educational purpose. So I know that we would like to share, but in future, because right now we still not encouraged to bring your even though it's a healthy food or homemade cake, but in future, if once our governments are allowed to do all kinds of sharing, so please bear in mind, no junk food, no chocolate, no candy. Can you imagine in the class of 20 to 25 students, each and every month they might bring back 2 or 3 party packs if the parents are not understand why we want to have the birthday celebration. So please make sure the child get the healthy and the good food during celebrations. Kindly give 2 weeks prior notice in order to facilitate a smooth arrangement. A simple traditional birthday celebration according to your culture is encouraged, like birthday cake with red eggs, or other some Indian, you have your different traditional food or different culture. Please share with us and bring the photos as well. Parents have to be punctual to avoid any delay of class activity on that day. So kindly make an appointment with the respective class teachers to inform the time. Suggested time will be from 8:30 to 9. So before they really start with the unbreakable timetable, not to interrupt them. So all the birthday celebration will do it before 9 o'clock. And then remember, this is the most meaningful, to prepare the birthday timeline photos and some memorable items to share with the classmate. For example, when the child was 0 or 1 year old, the small shoe, the socks, the clothes, or some of the toys you can bring along to the classroom to share. And then they will say, wow, when they was young, they wear those kinds of small size socks, everything. The whole class will be really excited to see and to share accordingly. So here will be the birthday celebration. Absentees, please let us know if your child is unable to attend the school due to illness or any other reason. We will appreciate a call or a written notice or the simple SMS. If you do have any medical reports, please state it and send to us, okay? And then apply the school day leave. Of course, we are only the kindergarten, only the private school for the elementary level, but they are the students. They are still requested to apply all kinds of the leave if it's from the normal school days by written letters to the teachers together with the parent's signature 2 days before the actual dates. Like if you want to go to have the vacation or any other reason, but the sick illness, everything need to inform us. Appreciate that. Thank you, parents. So, well, first day at school. I understand the new junior students at school will be definitely has a lots of like separate anxieties. So let's say you and your child have visited the school before. Both of you are probably familiar with the programs and some of the environment, but separate anxiety will always happen. If you really need to stay for a while, please sit quietly in a place away from the group activity, a corner, to be able to observe, and after half an hour, you can make a move. And your child will feel free to move into the group with the knowledge that our parents will be at the same spots. But if you want to away, and then you have to officially say goodbye. So we encourage, like maybe first 3 days, there will be a challenge for all the new parents, but we work together. They will cry for a while, but not a long while, just for a quick while. So the parents will gladly answer any questions that you may have concerning with the programs, how they learn, your child, or any aspects of the actual cooperative situation. But please hold the questions until the school days is finished, or text us. Each and every parents will have your individual group, WhatsApp group. So you can easily connect to the class teachers, connect to me, and connect to the vice principal or the main coordinator. So every teachers of all the staff are happy to serve you if you have any question, but not on the spot, because if you want to ask the parents, if your parents want to ask the teachers, and then the teachers will need to stop teaching and just to respond to your question, it'll be not good to other students who are waiting. And then the guidance for the observation. So do station yourself in a place where you are able to have a better view of the classroom. Observe. Do refrain yourself from standing, walking, and talking in the classroom, as it will affect the students' movement, interactions, and their work. So if you happen to come inside the classroom, your role is only observation, cannot chat, cannot talk as loud as you can. Okay, do help us to maintain a quiet and peaceful environment for the children to study, and do respect our confidential document from reading them without permission, because some of the parents, they might be very curious, what are we doing? But anyway, if you ask all the questions after class, we are willing to share with you. Confidential is because each and every students have their confidential document. But if you want to know more about the program, we are very happy to share with you. But ask our permission. Do not remove any learning material from the shelf. I know that some parents, they can't wait. They want to move the apparatus towards the children to teach them. But let students have some times of he or she pace to observe, and then teachers will guide them accordingly. Observation is also a very good learning way. Second, do not interrupt students when they are learning and working. However, do reply to their question when they approach to you. You know that some of the students are very curious. Who are you? Why you are here? Can you help me? So because you are sitting there, or maybe within half an hour, or how it goes, please reply to their question if our little angel want to ask your help and want to interact with you. And then do not interrupt the teachers when they are carrying out the lessons. However, you may record your questions, your curious, at the end of the school during our discussion section, and welcome to text to us, to the group. No photography of any child in the classroom while they are working. We have the consent letter from each and every parents, but some of the parents, they are not allowed their photos to be appears in the social public, like Facebook or this platform. But anyway, all the photos that we share from the Facebook, they get the consent from all our parents. But please don't take the picture by yourself, okay? To respect the child and the parents. Thank you. The orientation hours for the new student will be 2 to 2.5 hours for the first 3 days. And then your child is required to wear a uniform on Monday and sports attire from Tuesday to Friday. And a gentle reminder to parents, please pack the following items for your child. Please state all their names as well. The food container, 3 surgical masks in a Ziploc bag, cutlery, extra changing clothes if needed, especially for the very young child, a wiping cloth in the Ziploc bag, because each and every apparatus that they touch, we will guide them to disinfect all this apparatus. Also due to the COVID S.O.P, the water tumbler. Okay, our snack time will be served in between 9 to 10:30. Okay, These are some of the things that you need to take notes. Okay, now, of course, we are open for Q&A. Any of you, if you have any question, would like to share with us for the Q&A section.
Hi, this is Rachel here.
Yes.
I would like to ask, what is the orientation hours of the first 3 days about? If let's say my kid is not joining in January, probably maybe in March, then he will miss the orientation hours, right? So what is it about that?
Each and every student, your new semester or the new first day, so the orientation will carry the following 3 days.
Oh, okay. So not necessarily must join in January, only will join.
No. It is because this is the mixed ages group. We only allocate 1 or 2 students, especially the young child, to go to our classroom. Then the teachers have enough time to guide them accordingly. So if you got to join on March or after Chinese New Year onwards, so the first day, the following 3 days will be each and every student's orientation day.
Oh, okay. All right. Understand. Thank you.
Welcome, Rachel. Any other questions? Especially with the SOP, remember to show your COVID test result to us every Sunday before 8 o'clock.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi, Iris here. Yeah, I want to clarify about the recover letter. In case my kids is so-called not feeling well, or there is a recover letter from the doctor is required, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so happened. I think my son, there's some sinus on the nose. Every morning he's definitely running nose in the early morning. After once he wakes up, but then maybe 1 hour later it will be gone. So what can I do on this under these circumstances? I cannot be sending him for doctors every day.
Yeah, mine also the same. No one else the same. In the morning.
He's same as me. I have the same symptom every morning. Yeah, my son is same as me. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, if you have, because we only need to accept the like doctor proving that this is the sinus syndrome. So as long as we understand, then we will accept it. But because during COVID is very sensitive to all of us, because when you send and then without the letter, and then some parents will see why you allowed these running nose students to come in, then you also will feel afraid, right? So
I understand.
Just to avoid everything at this moment.
Okay.
My name is Cindy.
Yeah.
Sorry. My name is Cindy. Regarding on the recovery letters, because I will not send my child even, I mean, at this situation especially like you said, when he even down with just a flu. So when in case it's just a flu and we didn't send him to see the doctor, let's say it's a minor flu, so then I still need to go and see the doctor to get the recovery letters, or how does it work?
Yes, because we only prove from the written professional doctor point of view. We are not the doctor. The rest of the parents are not the doctor as well. Of course, from your experiences, you will say it's fine. It will take a few days to recover. But I'm so sorry.
Sorry. What I meant is after he recover, I will send him back to school after he recover.
Yeah.
So, but then during that time, I'm not visiting the doctor because he just have a minor flu. And then after he recovered, when I send him back to the school, I still need to have a doctor's letters.
Sam, what do you think at this special case? Sam, are you with me?
Because I suppose I'm not sure about others' parents. It's not that I don't believe the medications, but to us, if it's a minor flu, at this very sensitive situation, I would choose not to send my child to school. But I also will not straight away send to see the doctor. So we may have, give some, some supplements or others, vitamin or food-based wise that, and then after he recovered, so I have to go to the doctor to check, to get the letters, or how does it go?
Well, this might
Sarah
also-
here, so.
Yeah.
So do you mean that let's say I send my kid after my kid recover, I need to send them to the doctor again to get a confirmation they are fully recovered? So that means it's a 2-time clinic visit if I send earlier to get the medicine and after that. I don't quite get it as well. Thanks.
Okay, well, why we stated this rules and regulation is because some of the students, they send, and with the any symptom of flu, it still appears. They come with the running nose. They say this is the sinus effect. So as a management, we found very challenging and very difficult for us to define whether it's a good health situation or not. So if we let the doctor do the evaluations, it'll be very clear. Like doctor say yes, then you can send. But some of the parents, they will not say because I understand right now with the supplements, with the observation, they're not necessary to go to the doctor to get the letter. But we also have the dilemma that some of the parents will question us why this child can come to the school. But because of the doctor proven, then we have no choice because doctor has already proved to them. Or maybe from that onwards, then we know your doctor, we know your child, then we can let the rest of the parents know that this is the special case. But at the beginning, at least we need to have the doctor documentation to prove to us that this child, even though with a little bit minus, or even though it's fully recovered, because sometimes they fully recover, but they still have some symptom. That's why we stated these rules and regulation. Parents, this is to make sure that our environments are really safe to everybody of us. So without the professional doctor point of view, I cannot proceed. But how about the first time? At least I know your doctor, I know your child, because we have a lots of new students, right? Then from that onwards, I know this child, the style is like this, then I can learn along the way. But for the first time, sorry, we require a professional doctor point of view to prove to us this child, this particular child is fit to school. Got what I mean? Because we have a lot of questions from different parents,
Yeah, sorry, Miss Sophie, may I just quickly ask, this is Ivonia, Alice's mom. So because I understand your concern, but the fact is that just like the other parents mentioned that it is usual for us to bring along our kids to the clinic to have a medical certificate to shows that this kid is not fit for work. But from the other way around, bringing them again to the clinic to obtain a letter to prove that they are fit to school is kind of awkward. So if, let's say, if we were to bring our kids to the clinic and we are given 2 or 3 days MC, isn't it means that the doctor certifies that my kid will be fit for work after these 3 days medical certificate? Will that work?
You see, as a doctor, I mean that I deal with a lot of the students and my kids as well. The doctor advise you to stay 2 to 3 days is for their general knowledge. They found that after 2 or 3 days, definitely majority of the students will be recovered. But it really depends if the students that I don't know their their style, their healthy status. It will still depends of at least the first time. So I understand the pattern of your child. Then we will study along the way. Of course, I know that it will be a challenge for you to backwards to obtain a letter, everything. But at least because majority of you are the new parents, we need to build up this kind of the mutual understanding. I have no proof except from the doctor to prove this child is healthy and to fit to the school. You get what I mean? Each and every parents have your own concern, but at least the first time, I know your doctor. So my teachers will record down, this is your panel doctor, I mean, this is your family doctor. Then in case that if I observe or other parents observe, they question me, at least I have the doctor contact to call and then to to clarify what is the reality, what is the situations at the moment. But the first time, I really need this doctor letter to prove that they are healthy to come back to the school. But from that one onwards, then I can study. The teachers can study. The parents can also let us know that like symptom, like flu, like sinus, everything. Then we need to learn. We need to learn accordingly. But for the first time, I still require the proof letter, the black and white letter from the professional doctor's point of view.
Sorry,
Okay.
Ms. Sophie, sorry, just can I clarify? So if sorry, and this is Christina, I'm Sophia's mom.
Yep.
So if I brought her to the doctor for example, the first day that she was sick, and the doctor says, okay, I'll write you a letter right now just to say that she needs to just stay at home maybe and take antibiotics for 3 days, and then by the time 3 days is done, then she can go back to school. Is that sufficient?
Well, for the first time, Christina, for the first time, we still require a doctor letter to say that like he's fully recovered, he's fit to the school. Then we can study from there onwards, because minority of the students, minority of the students, they will still come back with the running nose, that saying, the doctor say, the 3 days MC has already gone, but it's still not fit to the school. You get what I mean? Any symptom like flu, they are not allowed to the school. But you say the MC has already achieved 3 days, then she need to go to the school. But he's still coming in with the running nose, dear. So what can I prove? If let's say only minority, but I need to set the boundary to make sure this is the environment safe for everybody.
Okay.
Sophie,
Can I?
Yeah.
Sorry.
If I may clarify further on this one, I understand that only the first time, right? That we need the letter. So how about, because we can't guarantee that every single time our kids infected with the same viruses, or the situation of getting a flu or fever will be consistent, right? So does that mean that it doesn't really matter every single time what kind of illness they get, as long as the first time we got this recovery letter, then following onwards we just provide the MC, it will be accepted by the school?
Okay, you see, but the information provided after 2 or 3 days of the resting at home, the sick child are fully recovered without any symptom like flu. Any symptom like flu. Sinus is another case, but if this child has already diagnosed and then need to stay at home, but after 3 days, he's not really fully recovered, but you still send, for example, because of certain reason you have to send. Because of the symptom like flu, I will still see the like fever, running nose, or coughing, or maybe a sound of few cough. I will still need to require, because these are the symptom like flu which is appear. And then I need to get the letter. If you send the fully recovered child, of course I have no question. Other parents also no question. But if you send them with a little bit of symptom like flu, I'm so sorry, I will still require a doctor letter to prove that the child is fit to the school. If without symptom like flu, welcome back, because we are providing the environment for them to explore, to learn, right?
Yeah, I think, Sophie, I agree with you. What I meant is, what my question is actually not to acquire the letters, okay, when I send my child without any symptoms. It's like
Yes.
totally, fully.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. This requirement only will apply to those students with any symptom like flu, but they still need to send them back to the school.
Agree.
Only apply. But because just now the first question is that my child have the sinus, they will have the running nose early in the morning, after 1 hour it will disappear. Fine, because you have the doctor proof that this is a sinus effect. Then the teachers will know. But he has already fall to sick, and then after 3 days or maybe 5 days, you still send them back with the symptom of flu. I'm so sorry. I need a letter to prove that, from the doctor, to prove that this particular child are fit to school, unless I receive the letter, or else please stay at home to wait for the full recovery. Got it?
Okay. Sophie, I believe just now there is some misunderstanding. I think I myself also feel that actually what I misunderstand is even though I recover already, I have no symptom, I still need to go back to the doctor and say, "Okay, please give me a
Of course,
recover."
no.
That's
Of
why
course,
I think we are arguing on that.
so
because
some of the misunderstanding will come in, like why these parents can come in, why that one cannot. I mean, these are the things that I answer lots of questions during that.
That's
So
why I think I agree. If you still insist to send in your kids, even though we have their symptom, I also agree that you should have some
cannot,
letter from
they
doctor,
definitely cannot send at this moment. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry, because we need to safeguard the free COVID-free environment to protect everybody.
Yeah, I think everyone should be clear now.
Yeah.
Just now, I also feel a bit weird why I have no symptom, but I still need to go back to the doctor and say,
No
yeah, please
symptom is
give me.
of course it's okay, but okay, maybe we will clarify, like if you still carry some symptom like flu, you need to obtain the doctor document,
Okay.
the letter to prove that my child is fit to school. Why not? Okay, then I respect the professional point of view from doctor. Okay, but sorry, if I see any symptom like flu, or any teacher say symptom like flu from the gate, check the temperature, even the running nose or whatever, send back, even though you have already entering the gate. I hope that all parents can understand our critical situation at this moment. Of course, in all the moments that we need to really protect the students who are coming to learn from the school. Yeah.
Yeah, Miss Sophie.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, because my previous experience in the others kindergarten, I saw it by myself. There's a student who has a fever, and the mother insists want to send the children to the school. As the teacher said, her temperature is over 37.5 Celsius. And what the parents say, I will bring her home and feed her medicine. I will return in the afternoon. So that's I understand why these rules were coming out in
Thank you
this
so much for your
SOP. Yeah.
understanding. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, parent. I'm Samantha from GMM. And thank you so much. Regarding, there's a few questions. Here is the sinus Serene Chan. You did mention in the message, you say that your son is actually having a sinus. Is it possible that you can obtain a letter from the doctors to show that to let us know there's actually a sinus? Because previously we also have the same cases in our school as well. So we need the letter from the doctors. And then regarding another thing is about the fevers. Yes, we also used to have parents, they actually give medicine to the child before they come to school. So their temperature will be normal, but actually after 1 hour, you will notice that they will noticeably that the temperature will spike up. So I think please parents, if your child is really not feeling well, have him or she stay at home. Thank you. And then there's one more question is that about the COVID test. Yes, you need to run a COVID test on every Sunday, and then send the result to teachers through the WhatsApp. So there's a few questions that I hope that I can clarify for you. And how frequently is the learning equipment sanitized? Actually, teachers will sanitize it once in a while, at least about 1 to 1.5 hours, but because we will actually teach children how to sanitize the apparatus as well. So once they're done with the work, they will sanitize it. So if teacher notices that the child didn't sanitize it at all, then we'll remind them to sanitize. Because this sanitization is not only the teacher's responsibility, it is everybody's responsibility. So the first thing we will do when they come to school, we're actually going to do to teach them how to sanitize the apparatus properly. So that's from KJ from parents. Yes, there's an online. There's no online class. We only have physical class starting from 3rd of January.
If the government announce it, everybody have to lock down, then we will prepare the online class, the whole school. the whole school will prepare the online class 3 days after. So teachers will prepare, but at the moment, we either run the physical class for all students or run the online class for all students at the moment with the government's notification, or else this will be our normal practice. And then I will also share the S.O.P, the PPT of S.O.P to the parents who is required. Or yeah, if you are not able to attend, then we'll send the link to you as accordingly. Yeah.
We also have one question here from Miss Christy Fong. Yeah, if there's no symptom, and then if your child is 100% actually fit to come to school, actually we doesn't need any order from doctors. So Miss Janice, you are right. So we don't need that.
Yeah. If it's fully recovered with no symptom, welcome back. We embrace you, right?
Okay. And then we have another is Univ. You don't have to bring your own snack because we're going to prepare snack. So if you want to bring your own snack, it's up to you, but school will prepare snack as well. And then about regarding the PPT, yes, Miss Sophie, she will send to you the PPT from Rachel, Miss Rachel.
Yes, we will send it.
This is Huiman, yeah.
Yep.
Just to clarify for the snacks, that means we still have to bring our own container and cutlery.
Yes, please. Yes, yes, please. Yes.
We'll use that to eat the food that provided by the school.
Yep.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay. Understand. Thank you.
A weekly COVID test. Yes, the COVID test only applicable for the child.
If the parents, you do your test, you would like to share with us, welcome. Only one picture.
Okay, let me see. There's one more. Shoes, can they be any colored, white, black shoes, or should they be sneaker like students? I think sneakers will be fine as long as they're black, like sport shoes. I know that like 2.5, actually, that's quite difficult for the child to get school shoes, 2.5, 3 years old. So probably a sport shoes will fit. Black and white should be fine. That's from Christina. And
well, with the G6PD, it's a special case. So you need, teachers, admin has already notified us that some certain students have the special case. But if you are, because our snacks will change every week, and then each and every month we will renew some of our snacks to varieties, our different fruit to introduce to them. So if you have some concern, please bring your own food. Please bring your own food. This is a special case.
So this comes first day.
I think September 21st is a online class.
Yes, yes.
Online class, right? So you still need to go through the orientation because
yes.
she never explored to the
class.
Yes. And then she needs to take some time. And then 2.5 hours actually is the maximum for a child, because they will absorb everything, they will learn, they will ask questions, they will observe. So yes, you still need to go through the orientation for 3 days.
Yes, COVID tests need to be done every Sunday, and please send to the teacher through the WhatsApp group before 8 o'clock.
8
Thank
PM.
you. Yeah.
Weekly, we check it weekly only, because
yes, weekly only on Sunday. Yes.
Because during weekend you might explore here and there. we just want to have the double protection.
Yes, the snack will still be provided. Yes, Miss Janice Lin.
Yes.
It's a COVID test.
Yeah.
The COVID test is actually for the child.
Yeah.
Can parents stay back to observe the whole orientation?
Well, observe, Aris. Let's observe. If your child, he or she is ready to stay with us, at the beginning, so you no need to stay for 2 hours. And then of course because we try to avoid a lot of the adults to enter our school during this critical period. So let's try and observe accordingly. Teachers will observe and report to you. You can leave now, but you have to officially say goodbye. So if teachers can handle, why don't you let them learn to be independent, even though during the orientation? So we see, because different students have different personality to cope to the new environment. What kind of daycare SOP that your question? What is your question for the daycare SOP? They will definitely sleep separate with the social distancing. Then go to the toilet. What kinds of the daycare SOP that you're concerned? Can you raise your question verbally?
Check.
Hi, Miss Sophie. This is Wang Yi Moms. Okay. The question is, like last time, all the daycare items say we have to bring our own self, right? And then they will be sleep separately, and also can put the items, the sleeping mattress, all in the school, or have to bring back every day.
Okay, we will keep their belongings in the separate bag, and then they bring back home weekly.
Okay, understand. Thank you.
Yeah, yes, the snack will be provided by school, and then parents need to prepare the food container and cutleries for the children. Yes, you are right.
Yes, toothbrush.
Easy.
Yes. And then toothbrush and toothpaste are required for the non-daycare students, because they will get the snacks at school, right?
After snack, they brush their teeth. So
yes.
The child need to wear face mask.
Yes, they have to replace. Yes, they have to.
Mr. Kenneth Kong, yes, the child need to wear face mask whole day, even during the daycare, except sleeping time and tea time. Google's classroom still continue. Add this into WhatsApp group. The Google Classroom, actually, we won't continue as long as there's no online class. And then who can be contacted to add us? The teachers will add you into the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, Mei Ting, don't worry. Before the school reopen, we'll create that group as soon as possible.
Okay, then. Thanks.
Okay, Christina, your question will be what would be appropriate size? Okay, it doesn't need those gigantic size like those government school. So I think the bag size should be enough for them to put in their container, their water bottle, extra clothes and mask. That should be fine. If your child is let's say 5, 6 years old, they will have homework, and anyway, homework won't be in big size, normally
A4 size,
A4 paper size, so that should be fine.
Yeah, only 5 and 6 years old will only do 1 page simple work at home, just to build their habits to learn independently. So only 5 and 6 years old. 3 and 4 years old, they're not required to do any homework at home.
Okay, regarding the teacher will communicate homework in WhatsApp group, if you or the child is facing any challenge when they're doing the homework, yes, we welcome you to ask questions, or can have the child to bring it back to the school the next day and ask the teachers. How about
Can you, Mom? We follow the our new school. We start from January.
Yes.
So yeah, the elementary will also officially start from January, and then we end by November. We are not follow the government school terms. Mhm.
Yeah, Miss Sophie, I'm Trisha, Zishan, not me.
Yep.
So I just have a question. Like, if the child, okay, from my own observation, once my child is fall sick, she will fully recover, like maybe 1 week or more than that. So during the 1 week class, will the school assist the parents, like what can they learn at home? Any materials or any things that we can teach her at home instead of like stay at home just recovering, but just a minor flu, but just that she cannot go to school. So will the school support the parents, anything, materials or worksheet?
May I know how old is your child?
She'll be 5 next year.
Yeah, I think 5 years onwards will be, teachers will bring some necessary and relevant and appropriate worksheet for them to occupy at home, but younger than that, no. 5 years onwards. But of course, teachers need to observe and monitor for the very beginning, and then we will know what are the apparatus or the worksheets that can be implemented and can be carried out from home. So either you come and pick up, or teachers will send to you the relevance worksheet if it's needed, if like 1 week or more than 1 week stay at home. So this kind of support we can provide. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
The teachers will provide parents COVID test result. What do you mean?
Yeah, will they have PE class? Sorry, there's a question. Will they be PE class? Yes, we definitely will have a PE class, but they still need to distance themselves a bit.
Yeah.
And perhaps, then yes, they still need to wear masks.
Yeah.
Because the time,
Yeah, and then uni, we will definitely send our COVID test to the parents to prove that teachers also fit to work of your child.
I'm Uni. I'm actually Daisy Mama. So basically, you are saying that Daisy has to go through the COVID test every Sunday, right? And send the results. So my concern is, how about the teachers attending to my?
Yeah. We will send you. This is the teachers' results in holiday program. I'll share with you.
Okay. Can. Thank you, Miss Sophie.
The result.
And then one thing, Cindy, your question, cutlery, toothbrush. Please just put inside the your child's bag, and with the name written on it, into a Ziploc bag, or you can provide your child with a lunch bag. Everything be in there with the name written. Thank you. The ratio, regarding the ratio, actually, like for example, like our kindy is 25 to 2 teachers. From Serene Lim.
This is the standard. Yeah. And then if necessary, then we will see how it goes, but this is the standard ratio.
I'm Uni and Daisy Mama. So the students, they are still sitting at the library, the common area there, is it? The social distancing arrangement, is it same like last year?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Teacher, I'm Christy, Gideon Mama. I want to ask, because Gideon is going to primary school with it, so will it be same treatments as per kindergarten?
Treatment as, sorry?
Like means that they are sharing the same classes and all these things? Or for primary school will have a different teacher to handle, or how?
Yeah, yes, Gideon will be go up to the elementary class.
Okay.
He'll be joining our class next year.
Yeah. Everything will be the same, apply to everybody, all the students.
The SOP is the same, so
SOP will
be in different class, yes. He will come upstairs.
Yeah.
So is there any question or doubt or concern about the school reopen?
Hi, sorry, I'm Nevin's mommy. Sorry, I might miss this, but I want to ask when the school will start, on 3rd Jan or 10th Jan?
3rd of January.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Thanks.
Welcome. For the Chen Hao case, actually, they're only coming in for the bridging the 2 months. They will be stay in the 3 to 6 years old class. So they won't be joining the elementary upstairs. Thank you. Yes, primary students need to bring their own stationery as well.
TSP, the first day of the orientation will start from 4th January. Is because the first day we need to settle the senior students because they are staying at home for the half years. So we would like to settle them down first, and then the new students will come from 4th onwards. And then the ratio is it depends of the different classes. So different class, each and every class will have 2 teachers, but the number of the students will be different. Any more questions, dear parents? If it is not, then we call it a day. So, well, one more question typing in, right?
Miss Sophie， 我是康燕的妈咪啊。
是，你好。
那个 COVID-19 test 是每个星期日的早上啊，还是晚上？
晚上8点。
晚上8点。
呀，你去玩到够了。
可是 COVID-19 test 不是2个小时里面不可以吃东西才可以 test 的吗？可是我们8点，我们吃了晚餐，6点多7点。
你们8点才吃晚餐吗？
有时候不一样，7点半这样。
OK， 那你可以及早 test 吗？那你就 send 给我们呐，因为大家吃饭时间不一样嘛。所以如果 let's say 你是7点才吃的话，那你就有个5点你就要 test 它了。
5点就要 test 啊。
对，那你不出去啦。
但是如果你出去的话，那我们就是 after 的那个就是
有时候情形就是很不一样哦。为什么不要星期一早上 test 更好？
星期一早上太赶了，
来不及了，
太赶了。对，我们早上的时候，我们老师很赶了，那个早上的时间。
你可以想一下，如果你是 tested positive， 那我们怎么去应对啊？你明白吗？
我 test 了没有事了，我才去学校啊。
当然啦，可是如果你 test 了有事呢
？test 了有事我就不要去学校啊，因为早上我都还没有去学校啊。
对，但是他之前那些星期天的话，他星期五都还在学校嘛。
对。
那对，所以我们就要应对这个，如果是 positive 的话。
所以我一定要8点啊！如果8点过后了
，8点都可以啦，不要太迟啦，因为老师也要 send 给你们，然后我们就可以互相了解啊。class 也买的不是很准，就是尽量在晚上之前，那我们老师心里面有个底。
就是因为2个小时里面不可以吃东西，不可以喝东西，这样子是更准啊！我觉得这个 test
3分钟其实就可以了。RKT test is 10 minutes before。
30分钟啊
？10分钟就可以了，其实。
对
，10分钟啊，真的啊？哦，不是2个小时啦。
民间都有些讲是2个小时啦，那其实10分钟。
我也是希望拿准确的那个，
尤其是他们有出去吃东西，我们就要 after 的才可以 test 嘛。
对啊，对啊，对啊，所以我也是想拿准确的那个指数会比较好，所以我就 confuse 说，因为他们是讲2个小时里面啊，那你们又讲10分钟，这样是confirm是10分钟啦。
你尽量提早 test， 因为你不是每个周末都有什么 party 呀、
不是啦。
如果 exceptional case 你可以跟我们说，可是你尽量，因为小朋友要上课嘛，尤其现在还有 Omicron 这样子的 viruses hanging around， 所以还是要比较小心。那我们要 COVID test result 也是急这样子。
这样我明白，这样我懂了，10分钟啊，还是半个小时这样啦？
对，你尽量。Surely, I'm not understand what are you asking. Prefer to pick up or drop off their kids by car or by, yeah, if you okay, you can pass by car if you no need to do your separate, means your to settle the separate anxiety. By car, then the teachers will open the door and welcome your child. So if only with some necessary, then you can send them accordingly.
Yes, if happen there's cases, yeah, I mean we need to close the school.
Yes.
I don't think we just close the class. The school need to close.
The school, and then we will need to prepare for 3 days to reopen the online class for the following 2 weeks, and then we will start the school. I'm so sorry to notify everybody because the viruses is still strong. Yes. Then the online class will be resumed. Okay, any more questions? How long will the school close for this case? 14 days, according to the new SOP from the government. 14 days. So which means 3 days for us to do, 2 to 3 days for us to do the preparation. The online class will carry for the following school day, 7 days. 2 weeks, the whole things will be clear. Yep. Pray for everything, okay? No more. Time to say goodbye. Yes. Okay. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. Welcome to raise your question and drop your curious from the WhatsApp group accordingly. We will keep in touch and then stay connected all the time. Thank you all parents, and thank you all teachers.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. See you on the 3rd of January. Eventually we can speak others. Yeah.